In this video, we're going to review some basic settings and configurations. Here we are on the SalesIQ homepage. And the first thing I want to mention is that you can change your availability with this button. This way, you won't get any chats or calls. Next, we have the volume control. You can change it with the slider and click on Sound Preferences for more details. Here, you can change the sound notification for different events. Let's close this. And now let's open the settings. Under Departments, you can find, edit, and create departments to organize the SalesIQ users. To add a new department, use this button. Let's open the Sales department. On this page, you can edit many settings like the operators or users, the email address of the department, and other settings for chats and visitors. Back to the settings page, and open the Brands section. Zoho One includes one brand, which should be your company, but you can buy more brands if you need to. Multiple brands allow you to have multiple chat widgets and install them on different sites. Each brand can be customized independently, so they match the site where they will be installed. Let's open this brand. Here we can make all the changes we need. On business hours, you can manage when the chat widget will be available. In this case, it is set up to be available 24/7. If we open installation, we can find different ways we can use SalesIQ. If you have a mobile app, you can use the Android or iOS tabs to configure SalesIQ on your app. In this video, we're going to focus on the website chat. Let's open it. And this is the code you have to add to your website, so SalesIQ tracks visitors and allows them to chat. Let's go back to the brand and open Personalization. Here we can change the look and feel of the chat widget. On stickers, you can edit the chat icon and other options. On appearance, you can edit the chat window. And on knowledge base, you can change the settings about the articles you can use to help users. If this is not enabled on your end, you have to enable it because we will use it when we integrate SalesIQ with Zoho Desk. Back to the brand. And now open the flow controls. Here we can change the required questions for a visitor to start a chat. If agents are available to answer chats, the questions used are the ones on online fields. If there are no agents available, the chat will appear as offline and will ask for the offline fields. To add a question, click on the Add Field button. To edit a question, click on the Edit button. Then type the question and click on Save. Below, we have all the settings like the form style, waiting time, and departments. If you have multiple departments, you can choose which ones will be part of the initial chat that visitors start. For example, all chats can be assigned to one department, and then, depending on the visitor requirements, the chat can be internally transferred to a different department. We also have many other options that we can configure, as well as auto messages and visitor feedback. Alright, let's review configurations. On the General tab, we have other settings, like the option to email the chat transcripts, send and receive files, and more. On channels, we can easily enable or disable the different SalesIQ features from the different channels we have set up. And on privacy, we can configure some privacy settings. Okay, let's go back to the settings page. The last thing we're going to go over is routing. We have three options: visitor routing, chat routing, and call routing. We're going to start with chat routing. Here, you can add one or multiple rules that will allow you to assign chats to users or departments based on specific information about the visitor. Let's add a rule. For example, we want to assign all chats that come from our support website to the same user. We can use the current page URL field. Contains support. You could be more specific and add the full domain, like support.blungo.co. Next, here we have to choose what to do with these chats. For example, you could route them to the least loaded operator. But in this case, you want to select the user, so we're going to route them to selected operators. Next. And now we're going to choose the operator. Next. Here we have a summary of what we have set up. So let's launch it. I forgot to add the rule name, so let's do that. And launch again. And that's it. This rule is up and running. If you set up multiple rules, the priority will be given by the position of the rule. The top rule will be the highest priority. Visitor routing and call routing work the same way. With visitors, you will be able to manage what visitors are displayed on the SalesIQ home screen. And with calls, you can route calls made by visitors. Something to point out is that the rules are independent. For example, if you set up a visitor rule to hide certain visitors from one specific team, the team will still receive chats from all visitors. It won't be able to see the visitors on the home page, but the chats will be assigned to it. To accomplish this, you will have to set up two rules, one chat rule and one visitor rule.